Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 11th of July. I'm James Spann. Still the chance of a few storms this evening. Then most of you will be dry tomorrow if you are in north or central Alabama. Let's check some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. First off, the view coming from Chehaw State Park, Alabama's highest mountain south of Anniston. Mostly cloudy, although there's a few spots of blue there above. Pretty much the same sky up in the Tennessee Valley. That's at Huntsville. And down south, kind of a cloudy, wet day on the Alabama Gulf Coast. Rain is falling at the time we're doing the update here. Tomorrow and the weekend should be brighter with increasing amounts of sun and the showers and storms becoming more scattered. Yeah, you can see that dry air trying to creep into North Alabama on the water vapor satellite image. The air nice and dry north of here. And we think the northern half of the state will indeed be drier tomorrow. Now, there's the radar. Keep in mind that big massive storms early this morning during the pre-dawn hours really worked over the air. So the storms are having a hard time firing in advance of the front. This is at 2:25. Had some strong storms between Moulton and Russellville in northwest Alabama and also just east of Opelika. And we'll hang on to the chance of a few showers and storms this evening as the front comes in, but they should be fairly widely spaced. Nothing like the stuff we had last night. Hey, 90s? Nope, not today, except at Memphis. Alabama, we've got mostly low to mid-80s. In fact, 79 at Auburn with the storm nearby. Birmingham, 84. Tuscaloosa, 80. But tomorrow we should be close to 90. There's the SPC convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. You can see that the 5% probability has been shifted south down to South Alabama. Even there, the severe weather risk is pretty marginal. Tomorrow, the risk way up north, and the same thing on Saturday. Parts of the Dakotas with a chance of severe weather. This is the rain for the next 5 days. This carries us through Tuesday morning of next week, hinting the bigger rains will be over the southeastern tip of the state. And the tropics, we're still watching what's left of Chantal, that broad low, the open wave. It's kind of sitting over the eastern part of Cuba. The NHC guys have upped the chance of redevelopment to 30%. And sure enough, this is the intensity guidance on that thing, and most models want to ramp it back up to a tropical storm in 72 hours. So Chantal could come back from the deceased, the tropical graveyard, and make a comeback. And if that happens, this is modeling on former Chantal. The system should be just east of Florida, coming up toward the coast of either Georgia or South Carolina in about 72 hours, in one way or the other, whether this is an open wave, a depression, whatever. Rain is going to be the big issue. But Alabama mostly on the dry side. That BAM Deep model tries to run it through South Alabama. That's an outlier. We'll keep an eye on that. But for the moment, we think the big rain shield should be east of the state with Chantal if it redevelops. We'll check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock local time tomorrow at 500 millibars. Northerly flow aloft here. Upper high to the west, upper low to the east. And dry air should take over the northern half of the state. Sky should be mostly sunny, the high around 90. There's the high-res NAM showing really nothing. I guess you might mention an isolated shower, but the chance is so small we're just going to leave it out. Gulf Coast, down at Gulf Shores, they look pretty good too. Okay, now Saturday, all of a sudden, the model wants to bring back the chance of scattered showers and storms late in the day. This is 7 o'clock Saturday evening. We think most of the day Saturday should be dry, just a few spots, maybe catching a shower late. And then Sunday, we're kind of back in the moist air, so we'll have a chance of scattered, mostly afternoon and evening storms. The high over the weekend between 87 and 90. Now look at Monday. All of a sudden, a really strong upper high shows up that is over West Virginia and Ohio. And if that's the case, it's going to heat up there. Upper high out west, an upper low around Childress, Texas. But we are underneath that upper high. And if this happens to be right, we'll start to heat up a little bit next week. Still a chance of an afternoon storm Monday with a high around 90. Low 90s are possible Tuesday. That looks mostly dry. And this is Wednesday, and that big upper high is just north of us. And again, that would look kind of hot, mostly dry. Any storms isolated. And if the soil moisture was low, we'd be way up in the mid-90s, maybe beyond that, but probably low 90s. And the same thing Thursday. Any showers isolated, highs in the low 90s, and that's where we ought to be in mid-July. We'll check the end of the forecast. This is the 27th. Big upper heat bubble well to the west, troughing over the east, and that would be pretty typical weather for late July, if that's right. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And join us if you can on ABC 3340 News this evening on the live stream of the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Be sure to catch the next episode of Just Talking It Up on iTunes, Stitcher, your favorite podcast app, or on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
Hey, you forgot our names.
No.
You did. You forgot our names.
Don't be silly. I'm Janet, you're Crash, see?
She's just like a goose. She wakes up in a new world every day.